Can we do slate? All right, so we've been looking at studying 3 different wars: the Vietnam War, the war in the Persian Gulf. Vietnam War from when to when?
65, 75.
65 to 75. The war in the Persian Gulf, the first Persian Gulf War.
100 hours in 1991.
1991, 100 hours. And the third war we've been looking at, war in Afghanistan.
2001.
2001 until when?
Present.
Till present, still going on. And we're going to look at the issue of historical context for each of those wars. So first we're going to take a look at 1965. So the first document we have up is from 1965, and these are all from Newsweek magazine. What are the messages about the war in 1965?
That it is planned and in our control, and that the government has it all ready to go.
Raise your hand if you agree. Yeah, so Rosie, give me a piece of evidence from the document that speaks to that.
Well, they're all wearing uniforms, and they look really powerful, and it's kind of shadowy, like it makes them look kind of strong.
Great. Anything else? Yeah, Jasper.
Those maps look like they have a plan. They're really organized.
Terrific. Anything else? Just,
I would actually argue that it's not in our hands, like the people's hands. It looks kind of like to me it looks kind of like just by their expressions and the guy sitting in the middle, it seems like they're arguing around him, and it doesn't seem like they necessarily know what they're doing.
Interesting. So you don't get a sense of confidence.
Yeah, I don't get a sense of confidence. I sort of just see them as kind of like sleazy politicians,
But they're making a decision.
Say again?
They're making a decision.
What makes you say that?
Because he looks really puzzled the guy in the middle.
Yeah.
And the people around him are trying to affect his decision.
Great.
yeah.
I do see an expression of confidence down in the lower left. He seems to be like, I don't know, in his expression, it's a slight smile. He has a look of confidence.
Okay. Rosie.
It's kind of saying, like, you don't need to worry about this. Like, it's under control, and it's going to be handled well.
Besides the image, what else communicates that?
The power and the
Power and the text is really important in terms of framing. This is 1965 in terms of that. By the way, who are these guys?
Secretary of Defense.
And the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Yes.
These are from the Army, the Navy. Which guy's in charge? Which guy's the boss?
Secretary of Defense.
Is that
Suit
then,
guy.
the guy in the suit. And what makes you say that he's in charge?
Well, the Constitution gives power.
The Constitution gives power to the Secretary of Defense to be in charge of the military. Yeah.
But nearly everyone in the photograph is looking at the sitting down guy.
Yeah. So does it look like he's in charge?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the shot's more centered on the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah. But why would the Constitution put a civilian, he's not dressed in military uniform, in charge of the military?
To
So
balance
that
power.
the military-
Balance of power. You know, in terms of that. And who chooses the Secretary of Defense?
President.
President of the United States. Who determined that?
The people.
The Constitution.
Constitution of the United States. Excellent. So an important image in terms of that balance of power. Let's move from 1965 now to 1968. Who remembers from your reading? What was the context of 1968? Kermit?
The public opinion of the Vietnam War was changing.
Yeah, why was it changing?
Because they were, the media was portraying not only what the government wanted the people to know, but it was also showing images of soldiers like this one in the ground, and kind of how they didn't really have control and they didn't really know the territory, so they were in distress.
Yeah,
The media wasn't portraying what the government. I mean, the media wasn't portraying what the government wanted the people to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rosie?
Well, I was going to say that, like, the image makes it look really, like, down, and there's people on the ground, and it looks like they're looking for help.
And these are American soldiers, so this is definitely implying that the war isn't going well for us.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Anything else in the image that communicates that the war is not going well?
Where the image is shot from.
How so?
From farther down, it makes it seem like the photographer is injured on the ground too.
It makes the viewer sympathetic.
Yeah.
How so, Gabe? What do you mean?
Because it seems like you're down on their level, seeing all the injury and the pain, and it makes you wish they didn't
It's
have to
just
be there.
the angle
Yeah.
of the picture.
And it's
itself.
definitely question and response. How goes the war? And the image is the response.
The direct
Which
answer,
is?
yeah.
Badly.
Not well.
Yeah. What role did media coverage of the war play in public opinion about the Vietnam War?
it reflected public opinion. As the war went on, and the war became more sticky and violent and hard to control, public opinion shifted and people became more questioning.
Yeah, Jasper.
I think to an extent it's sort of a chicken and egg question.
How so? Yeah.
That the media changes the people's minds, and the people's minds change the media.
Yeah, very good. Let's jump to another war. This is 1991. What war is this?
Gulf War.
Persian Gulf War. How long did that war last?
100 hours.
100 hours, not 10 years. It was a very short war. What are the messages about war in this cover? David, what's one message about the war in this cover?
Power and glory.
We have
Power and glory. Where do you see glory in this?
Where there's a plane high in the clouds and it's above everything else.
Terrific.
And we
yeah.
also have obviously some aerial superiority and how modern our equipment and bombers are.
Great. Carmen?
Well, my first impression of this is that it's saying war is a means for creation, and within war is new technology and new ways of saving lives rather
Where do you
than
see that?
destruction. High-tech hardware, how many lives can it save? The new science of war, everything is presented in a very positive pro-war light. It's like a toy commercial for little boys.
And the pull-out poster makes it seem like they're like weapons of war are these cool things. That
Pro-war,
people wanna see.
anti-war, neutral?
Pro-war.
Pro-war. And why? Why would this, given some of those last images, Justice, why would this be such a pro-war cover for Newsweek magazine in 1991?
Well, like everything that people have said, it's portraying.
But why would Newsweek do that? Why would it
because
present?
because it reflects the opinions of the public.
Okay.
The opinions of the
This
public.
was an 100-hour war. The opinion, they didn't have 10 years to create an opinion that was anti-war.
I think
Yeah.
people were still, I don't know.
And there's also the fact that the circumstances of this war, I mean, Iraq invaded Kuwait and
Very good. Very good. Another image we're going to look at. This is from when?
It is post 9/11.
What makes you say that?
The "We Will Not Falter" slogan and just kind of the whole representation of America as unified and strong
Yeah.
is definitely a post 9/11 image.
Do you agree, unified and strong?
Yes.
Yeah, you're nodding your heads. What? Bernard, what's evidence here in this document, unified and strong?
Well, they're all basically a bunch of sailors all lined up on the edge of an aircraft carrier with like kind of a sterile white, uniforms. It looks powerful.
And the Navy men are in position.
yeah, and the fact that everyone is holding the same, or except for the two guys who are fixing the flag, everyone is holding the same position. Just shows how unified they are.
And the sprawling image of the soldier's hand seems, or the Navy man's hand seems very epic, and the flag too sprawling out. over
Color?
the blue
What role does
sky.
color play here?
It's red, white, and
Was
blue
it?
all the
Well,
way.
they're all wearing white in the background. The sky is very white, and it draws attention to the flag because the flag is the only color in the picture.
Okay.